So I will now start the retopology of these first plates. So this will be kind of a hard surface retopology, but a very simple one because we have separated plates and we have a base sculpt, so that will be very easy. So I will add a plane, making sure it's aligned on the x-axis, cut it in half with a loop cut, then add a mirror modifier, and then with the snapping set to faces, I will start working on this and projecting it on the existing mesh. So I will try to keep it as simple as possible. So for the time being, I'm extruding some of those vertices following the sculpting and making the topology as even as possible. I will isolate both elements, going into object mode, press the slash key, and then get back into edit mode and extrude those vertices. I won't be keeping this upper bevel because as this part is going under the plate, I don't think this shape is relevant. So I will extrude those vertices straight to the top, and then with some modeling we will fix this. I'm trying to keep this model as low poly as possible, and I just add some loop cuts whenever I need them to fill the gaps onto the armor. So I'm going side to side on the different panels, making the thickness every once I finished one panel, and I'm just filling everything. So I'm not considering supporting loop for the time being. I will just finish this, give it some thickness, and then I will add a subdivision modifier and start working on supporting edge loop to keep a nice shape. Will know how to loop cut to support this and create a nice and crisp angle here. So each time I do this, I will then smooth the surface that don't need to be pinched. So I will just move those vertices, pressing G twice, and do the same on top of it, and even the topology wherever I need it to be. Once I finished tweaking, I will be able to add some supporting edge loop on the different edges of our mesh to make it as hard surface as possible. I can create this bevel on the last angle and finish those edge and creases. Then I will slightly refine the topology to make the mesh looking good. So I'm actually working only on the created mesh. I'm not considering now the sculpt, because by moving those vertices thanks to the subdivision modifier, I have a smooth result and I can work my way to get a nice model here. I will switch to a sharper matte cap so that I can see if the curvature and the surface of my model is nice and smooth. So I've also smoothed the shading, and now I will try to get rid of the different creases, smooth everything out, add supporting loop on the outside and even at the faces. Finally, I will add some thickness to the back by simply extruding edges toward the inside so that it will occlude the back of the plate once it's on our character. I won't be modeling most of the time the inside of the armor because I don't think it will be useful unless you want your character to be removing its armor, but that will be more geometry to work on. So sometime I will, sometime I won't. It depends on the simplicity of the model. Whenever I will finish a part, I will get rid of the sculpted model because we don't need it anymore, and I will make all tweaking and modification and even modeling modification on the different parts. So we will see all of this into a time lapse. Just check that for the top part I haven't created the bevel while sculpting, as it's a very simple shape. Using the inside face, I will be able to isolate the border of this plate and then just extrude it and make the topology as clean as possible.